Today we're going to be checking out this personal finance hack from a guy in tech by the user Charlie Chang.
What's your net worth? About 200,000. What's
So this guy has about a $200,000 net worth and he looks to be probably about 40 years old. 40.
your best personal finance hack?
Don't spend too much time figuring out how to save pennies. It's more productive to learn how to make more money. That's one of the traps. Like, don't spend too much time browsing slip deals and like trying to find like $50 off. Just try to make 10,000 more dollars.
Now the thing is, he's not wrong per se. The only problem is that he's trying to like say like, oh yeah, you could just go and try to make 10 grand, right? The problem is with this mindset, people always think that they can out earn what they spend. The problem is a lot of people who are very good at earning an income also happen to be the type of person to be like, oh, I'm really good at spending my money too. So yeah, he might be able to make 10 extra grand, but guess what? He's probably also very good at spending close to that extra $10,000. Like this is the big issue. I mean, like think about it. Let's say this guy was in tech for multiple years. Like let's say that I'm assuming that he's like about 40 years old. So let's say that he got into the tech field when he was about mid 20s, low 20s, okay? Which typically in the tech field, it wouldn't be impossible to be making close to six figures when you start out. So he only has about a $200,000 net worth when he's about 40, when he's been working in an industry that pays a lot of money for multiple years. That kind of shows to me that this guy's really not good at actually managing his money. That this guy's actually spending a lot of his money, right? Because here's the thing, what's the point of making another $10,000 if you just spend it all? There's literally no point. You'd be literally no different than making less, like $10,000 less, and still spending the money. There'd be literally no difference in terms of your financial situation. But like people got to be like really careful because like here's the thing. Personal finance is simple. It's not complicated. The problem is there's so many factors that play into it. It could be mentally, it could be habitually, so basically like the type of habits that you do because a lot of people simply just also don't pay attention to what they actually spend their money on. Like the majority of people can't even recall what they spent their money on last week. So probably at the very least for someone to like what they should be doing in terms of like a little hack that they could do is simply write down what they spent in the day. Just literally write it down. Because then you're going to be basically starting to realize like wait a minute, this Monday I spent like $50 on literally nonsense. Oh wait, this Thursday I spent $20 on like a lottery ticket. That's kind of weird. Oh, Wednesday I spent $40 on food. Just random food that I don't even remember eating. I don't even remember if it was good. Like you start to realize like wait a minute, something's not right. I need to be way more aware of what I'm actually spending money on. Because just jotting down what you're actually spending your money on, that alone would end up helping you. But yeah, like the problem with this is like so many people want to keep trying to make more and more and more and more money, but so many people that do that suffer a lot from lifestyle creep. Not to mention, you end up getting into this like mental state of the hedonic treadmill. Where like, oh, now that you're making $10,000 more, that's now your new normal, right? But you're also spending more money too because you haven't really changed your habits. So now you're making more money, but you're spending more money, which means that your taste has increased. The kind of like luxuries that you've partaked in increases. So now you got to also make more money to feel a whole different level of satisfaction. So this person says 200K net worth isn't much. And the thing is, it really depends on like your age and your location. But I believe this is in California. So 200K net worth in California when you're probably in your 40s isn't really that much. So some of the people on here saying ain't much are probably saying it in their mom's basements. A lot of liars in this comment section. I'm guilty of spending way too much time on slick deals. Watching TikTok for too long, the entire comment section think everyone makes 300K per year. I feel like people don't know how to calculate their net worth. That is very true. Good tip, but expected more than 200K net worth. I'm worth more in my 20s. Opportunity cost. Unless he's in sales, this kid is on a fixed income. Net worth low, probably because he doesn't own a home yet. Regardless, that's a lot for average American. Technically true, but again, if this guy's in the tech field in California for potentially decades, where did all the money go? Oh, that's right, he spent it. Comment section tells me most people don't know how to calculate net worth. Total assets minus total overall debt equals net worth. That's really low for tech. I'm around his age and I'm around 2 million in the current market. I think 200,000 is his yearly income. Hey, we're going based off what he said, and the net worth was 200,000. Ask me, I'm just over a million at 38. 200K a year, maybe. That's above average. I have about 15K saved for 3 emergencies, and I'm not sure what to do with the rest. I opened up a Roth IRA, but I haven't invested. How old is he? Or you can do both. Just live on beer lowest means. What? True, it's not worth saving 10% off $50, spending like 4 hours, especially if you're not having fun. Relax and sit down, but time to start taking your own advice. He had good advice, but 200K? Nah, sorry, bro. Best advice I've heard in a while. Thank God he didn't say don't buy $5 coffee. Like the thing is, like people just need to understand, like most of personal finance is just common sense. Spend less than what you make. Have an emergency fund. Stay out of debt. Invest towards your future consistently, and you'll do pretty well, right? But a lot of people struggle with debt. I mean, a previous video that I checked out, like people were like just spending constantly on their credit cards, like to like a disgusting level. Nah, it's not about how much you make, it's how much you have left over per month. And I agree with that one because hey, you can make an extra 10 grand per month, but again, if you spend all of it, no point. My net worth is in the negatives. Sadly, that's what most people have. Anyone work and save can get 200K. 200K, but the dude looks like he's in his 30s already. To me, he actually looks like he's in his 40s. Charlie, legit have the most toxic commenters on all your videos. So many salty kids in the comments. Guaranteed 90% of them are in debt. I mean, you'd be shocked as to how many people are actually in debt in the world. Which, by the way, if you want to learn how to get out of debt, go to 4DUnbox.com or in the description of this episode. This person says 200K is peanuts. Only 200K. The average home in SoCal is around 800K. Everyone on my block is a millionaire where I live. What's crazy about California is that there's even trailers selling for like $1 million because they're on like a small piece of land near a beach. And land is so expensive in California due to like regulations and all that kind of stuff where someone could justify selling a like trailer, like a really bad trailer on the beach for like $1 million. Gotcha. So don't try and get a few bucks off a pack of toilet paper, but learn how to make 10K. Sounds easy. I got a $4,000 TV and sound system for $200 thanks to Slick Deals. Take that back. This person says hard disagree. Lots of people with multi-million net worths are big into understanding where every cent goes. It's a mindset. Well, not only that, but like I feel like if you get to a certain level, you probably view it as like just like how is the overall accounts doing, right? So like let's say that you have investments all over the place. If you're like a multi-millionaire, like that comment said, wouldn't you basically see like, okay, my account has grown by this percent this month? If you're like managing like a crazy amount of multiple millions, right? So you just look at it in the big picture on a per month basis. Meh, I am only 35 and my net worth is 1 million self-made. Okay. As a couponer, I'm offended. Net worth is not the same as yearly salary. $200K, he don't even own a house then. About 200K isn't someone you take advice from. Don't take advice from brokies. Why are we talking his or taking his advice? 200K, multiply that by 10, and then maybe I'll care what you have to say. In the comments, people without mortgages. Okay, feel free to give your thoughts. I just thought this was kind of like interesting, and I thought it was interesting to read some of these comments on here because some people have some interesting takes. Wow, dear Lord.